What's going on, everybody? Society's Outlet YouTube channel. Thank you for everybody subscribing lately in the past couple of days. Thank you for everybody checking out the podcast on Anchor. I am joining Muhammad and Jarrell. What's going on, y'all?
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this video that we're doing is the trending 10. We're going to go over 10 trending topics, and we're going to do it here at a rapid pace. Before we get into that, though, I mean, what y'all had going on here today? Were y'all just quarantined, chilling? Real, looks like here I see you in the home office. You working from home?
Yes, sir. I'm out here working from home full time. Got the little home office set up. You know what I mean? YouTube videos, screens. So, home office chilling, doing some work from home.
Bad, bad. That's all of America right now. Everybody's working from home now. This shit is getting crazy. What about you, Mo? I see you over there. Looks like you got some books in the background. What you been on today?
Yeah, I just been focused on homework, man. I think the professors are seeing this as an opportunity to just fucking get us with all the homework. So I got a paper due. I got two papers due on Friday. So I've been doing a lot of research for that, studying, reading, the whole nine. So I just really been focusing on that.
Okay, okay. I see you got the albums in the background. I see you got that Outcast.
The
You got that
vinyls,
Drizzy
yeah,
in the background.
yeah, like that.
Okay, okay. You see the drip. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So first topic, real quick. Thanks again. Thanks everybody for checking out the page. If you haven't already, thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Fuck with us and subscribe to the channel. But
Yes,
first,
sir.
Jarrell, I want to hear your thoughts. Stock portfolio, investment portfolios, retirement accounts. The whole market has pretty much, it's basically you can say crashed. And so the 401k, like you said, retirement, everything's down by 20%. One of the worst weeks, I believe, since 1987, and then going back to like the Great Depression. Let me hear your thoughts on that.
And yeah, so, any of the traditional retirement accounts have dropped 20%. So that's your IRAs, 401ks, like JB said. Um, my personal opinion is you just want to stay invested. Check your diversification, balance stocks and bonds on your time frame. You really just got to make sure you're managing it. My personal accounts have dropped tremendously. So if you can transfer from a 401k to an IRA and you're seeing a little bit better deficit, do that. If you can pull and invest in the meantime, we're young. 10% hit really hasn't scared me if I need to invest. So I'm planning on being able to live off my income as retirement regardless. Well,
Yeah, I agree. I think that's like one of my that's the main solution that I have kind of running through my mind is that, even my mom, we've all seen it. The 401ks are kind of plummeting. The stock markets are all plummeting. And so I think the best option is to physically invest into an independent investment option, whether it's an IRA, annuity, even buying like physical things like I'm really into the whole gold industry, buying physical gold, because gold is very indicative of the economy. When the economy is up, the gold is down, but when the economy is down, the gold is up. So it kind of keeps you in it's like a safety net. So that'd be my main solution right there, to focus on investing and don't spend on any stupid shit, because it's gonna get worse before it gets better.
true, true.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And my 2 cents that I would add in there, just my recommendation: if your portfolio went down, I wouldn't do anything to it. I would leave everything as it is, because what comes down must come back up. They're projecting the stock market in quarter two. It's supposed, or I believe quarter three, excuse me, supposed to surge up by like 23% or something like that. So has the stock market crash? Yes. Should you buy? Yes, you have all year to buy. My recommendations on that, just leave it as it is. You still have the same assets, so don't get too stressed out about it. Going on to the next one, Mo. I heard you say this before we kicked off. You said unemployment is supposed to go up to 50%.
Yeah, so they're estimating that the unemployment gets up to 50%. So we have roughly a little over 300 million um people in the US. And cut that in half, you get 150, little over 150 million people unemployed. Um and it's so yeah, that's really what it is, you know what I mean? It's simple. Self-explanatory.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Let me hear your thoughts on that, bro. That's a crazy number, bro. 50%. It's crazy.
Um, Personally, the way I look at it, yeah, 50% crazy, 50% scary, but you got to get out there, grind and hustle. I mean, I'm full time employed double. I got two really solid jobs, and I'm still looking. I'm still interviewing, getting offers. So make sure that you have yourself covered. If you feel like things are slipping, expand your horizons, open your options, turn your LinkedIn accounts back on, Glassdoor checks, whatever you can. Just turn everything back on so recruiters can see you. Because at the end of the day, you may lose one job and have an opportunity around the corner that's a lot better for you. So keep your head up and keep moving.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree with that.
definitely, definitely, definitely. I agree with that. I think during these times, what is more important than I think what is the most important thing right now, what this is exposing, is you need to be able to make money on your own. As far as you can't always rely on a job, because as you can see right now, jobs are cutting hours, they're laying people off. So this is really crucial for you to start figuring out how you can make money. You'll always hear online is the stock market, real estate. So wholesaling is a method I'm trying to use as a few others here on this channel. So that's what I would recommend here. Going on to the next one. Here, we're gonna India officials. We all seen the videos on Instagram. Well, not everybody, but us three have seen it. India has granted their government to beat their citizens if they see them out and about during this coronavirus. I mean, when tagged you guys in the video the other day. What was your guys' thoughts on that? I thought it was crazy.
And I think I tagged y'all in some as well. So, there's definitely videos floating around. I would say, man, at the end of the day, I understand what they're trying to do. You can't just go around beating people's ass, like pick them up. You can't damn near murder somebody. It is what it is, though. Whatever your country's trying
Yeah,
to do,
whacking them, whacking them.
they're trying something. But trust me, I would have been outside. I ain't getting my ass beat for fun. Not here in America. I might get shot.
I think it's funny because I see kind of a reasonable perspective from it. I don't completely disagree with it. I think the beatings shouldn't be fatal. I don't think they should be near, like they shouldn't be knocking motherfuckers out or torturing people. But I think that they should be held. No, for real, because I don't like this is the thing. So for example, even cops, they're patrolling some parks here in Salt Lake City. You know, and I think that there has to be some type of some level of enforcement because this virus is no joke, and a lot of people, and it's crazy because a lot of people still are not taking this serious. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, bet if you guys go outside and you guys don't let us kind of level this whole thing out, then there's going to be repercussions. I understand that, and but the repercussions here, obviously, they're going to resort to money. So the repercussions for like if they see you in a gathering at a park or something, the fine is like $5,000. You're like, okay, I'm not trying to get fined $5,000. You're not going to go to the park. You're not even going to do that. People in India are like, I'm not trying to get my ass beat. You're not going to go outside. You're going to find somewhere to go inside because they're just trying to level out this whole virus and stop the spread of it so it can give them some buying time so they can find a vaccine for it, a cure, something to kind of give us an uplift, some good news. So just to end this whole pandemic, you know what I mean? So I'm not totally against
Definitely,
it. I
definitely.
just, I don't think it should be torture and I don't think it should be fatal beatings, but I definitely think there should be some type of enforcement against, going outside.
Yeah, no. You definitely make some real solid points on that. Real quick, bro, I want to hear from you. If they come out with a vaccine for the coronavirus, are you taking it?
Hell no. And they got barely the
My-
flu shot. Look, I don't care about all them anti-vaxxers out there. Flu this, flu that. Look, I've never gotten the flu. Let me knock on some wood. Um, but at the end of the day, y'all can't just be testing shit on me. That's not how it works for me. So
who's who, who's knocking on the door, Mo?
Yeah, that's me.
What
Oh no, that
about
was
you,
me.
Mo?
That
You
was
gonna
me.
take the
I was
vaccine?
knocking on wood. No, ain't nobody
Oh, okay,
knocking on my door.
okay.
No, 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 I was knocking. To be honest with you, I'm kind of with Jarrell, man. I haven't even taken a flu shot. I just feel like if you take the flu shot, you're just more susceptible to catch it for some reason. Like I've heard of some
Yeah,
cases. I've heard of some cases when people take the flu shot and they just get it. Now, my only concern about this whole virus thing, bro, is like I think that the immunity is real. You can build the immunity. You get it. Like for example, Rudy Gobert, he's like potentially, it's not for sure, potentially he could go outside and like be around people that have caught it and that are infected, and his body can fight it because it's immune to it. You know what I mean? um, I think I would take more so that approach opposed to kind of getting a vaccine to not catch it at all, because if anything, it can make the immunity stronger. But that's not set in stone just because science needs to do more research on that. My only concern is going back to what I was trying to say is the people around me, my mom, my dad, my uncles, the people that are older, that their immune systems don't
Yeah.
work as well as mine. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah, there's a
if
lot.
I
There's
give
a
it to
lot that
them,
goes into it.
so even yeah, you know what I mean. We all have relatives around us that are older than they're older folks. So we definitely want to keep take that
Yeah,
into consideration.
definitely. Definitely. Switching gears here. So, what some would say this isn't really a trending topic, but for the sports culture, as us three are in, when you're into sports, this is a big thing. Mo, you know more about this than I do. I want you to explain the NBA 2K scenario, what they got going on with the players. I just seen the NBA just posted on Instagram. If you don't mind explaining that real quick.
Yeah. So basically, Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Durant, and DeMarcus Cousins basically got all together during this whole pandemic thing, and they said let's get a 2K tournament going. So um they're doing like a 10-day 2K tournament that's gonna air on ESPN, and basically just to play each other, kind of keep the fans entertained, keep themselves entertained during this crisis. And it's basically a 10. I'm not sure what the prize is, man. But the brackets are out. And the yeah, it's gonna last for 10 days, and yeah, man. Kevin Durant's currently in like isolation mode. Donovan Mitchell just barely like recovered. So they're all just trying to do this as a way to kind of, you know, mile down the Corona talk.
All right, bet my fault, guys. I had to run and go grab, go grab a charger for this thing disconnected. But Ro, you give your thoughts on the 2K thing?
Man, it really depends on how they set up the tournament. I would need a little bit more info. End of day, I think it's cool that they're trying to do something to keep themselves occupied, busy, stay out of trouble. You know, play a little games, hop on the sticks. That's okay with me. My question is, if they play in 2K, are you doing my part? Do you play as you? Like, what's the stake?
For real. Right.
Yeah.
So who they
I don't know if
choosing?
they're getting that specific, but I'll tell you what. Oh, I can pull it up here for you. Um, I'll get that put up here for us and go over it here at the end of the show. But I'll tell you what, Kevin Durant is in it. I got a sneaky feeling KD is about to be busting people up. That's just me. He just looks like a gamer.
Yeah, he just looked like he got it like that, huh?
Right. So on to the
His hit.
next topic. On to the next topic real quick. So the NBA. Everybody's missing out on the NBA right now. So what they're thinking about doing is starting it up in the end of May, possibly if things get better. They want to go to a round robin system. They want to have all the teams playing in two nearby cities where they can get to two arenas quickly. And they kind of want to isolate those players. So they don't want them in big cities or anything like that. But what's your guys' thoughts on that if they were to do something like that where all the games are played in two arenas? And like I said, they want to isolate it. But my question is, where in the country are they going to go to keep the players isolated where two arenas are nearby? I mean, let me get your guys' thoughts on that.
Um, that seems a little forced. You know what I like. Well, initially hearing about that, it seems a little too forced. It seems like they're gonna have to be cutting a lot of corners and compromising a lot of methods to get that done for the sake of just keeping the NBA going and keeping the fans happy because they're getting impatient. I think it could work, kind of like a March Madness type of deal, you know. Um, but I don't know, man. I think if because when we're thinking about sports and when we're thinking about revamping this whole thing up, we have to consider the coronavirus and we got to consider where it's at in its production. And right now they're predicting that May and June be like not even June, but like the beginning of June and May be kind of like peak areas. So I think it's
Well,
a
let me ask
judgment
you this,
call.
Mo. Let me ask you this: where would you if you had to guess on where they would play these games at, somewhere isolated in the country, but where there's two nearby rooms, where do you think they would play it? Do you have any ideas?
Where there's two nearby arenas.
Yeah, two nearby arenas because they want them to go back and forth
I'm thinking
to two
Texas
arenas.
because
So
it's
let's say,
hot.
okay,
I'm thinking Texas because it's hot. Maybe they'll take the production of the virus into action because it can't survive in the heat, and Texas is hot during those times.
is that a fact? Because I heard
Um,
about that. I wasn't sure if that was a fact or not.
yeah, so that's what everyone's saying. You know what I mean? That's it. Just can't survive in the heat. And so the I'm not gonna say it's a fact just because I'm not a doctor. These are all like sources. These are all news sources and
Oh
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know.
definitely.
Um, but
Yeah,
I would assume the considering the size of Texas, considering the amount of teams, about amount of sports teams that they have, I would assume that they would have it in Texas because it's in the heat and it's the size of the in terms of geography. So I don't know. I would assume there, but I just think if
okay,
it's forced and compromised, I don't think they should go through with it for the sake of just doing it. You know what I mean? They should really think logically about it.
yeah. Let me hear you, real. What you got to say, real? What do you think?
Um, I'm not sure exactly where they would do it, to be honest, because if the goal is to really distance yourself, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How are you really going to do that? But I would assume Texas is a good spot. California, I mean, how far really are these stadiums? You know what I mean? Like there's multiple out there, so potentially. My guess is that they probably won't. Did they say for sure they're going to do it in the country?
And see, that's the thing I was gonna say
Yeah,
because
in the country, in the country.
China was proposing that they move the NBA season to China. They're trying to get us.
Yeah, Mel. I think real quick. I think a few scenarios. The only one I don't know about California is just because California has so many cases. So that's the only one I
Hmm.
don't know about California. I could s- I could see Texas. It's so spread out. There's so many different reasons to go to. Uh, Florida would be an option of mine. I think they would want to probably go somewhere on the East Coast just because that's where majority of the teams are. But if they did not care about the location, I'm gonna say Arizona. Arizona is that there's not a lot of cases there, and then
Oh yeah,
you have
that's
the Arizona
another. Yeah.
State basketball arena, and then you have the Phoenix Suns basketball arena, which is not too far. And then if they need to, they can go down to Tucson, which Tucson is about an hour and a half away from Phoenix, and they have two basketball arenas down there in Tucson. So maybe Arizona might be an option for that.
Potentially.
Yeah, definitely, potentially. It's something we have to wait and see. I just want the NBA to come back. I need something to tune into. But let's see here.
Yeah.
Let's go
So
on to the next one. Let me get your thoughts on this. We're going all over the place. We're kind of doing like popcorn with the trending topics. But what do you think about the Cheesecake Factory on how they told their landlords that they cannot pay rent for
ugly.
April 1st? Mo, I know you and I was talking about this yesterday. Go ahead.
Yeah, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like, what you guys like? I'm wondering, like, where's the money? Like, are they not sitting on any money? Like, they're busy every weekend, bro. They're busy, damn near every day. They got customers. They got solid business. You know what I mean? Where's that money going? Where's the revenue going? You know what I mean? You can't even stay in business for a month. That's crazy to me. I would understand if it was like 6 months, maybe a year, but bro, like every time I'd call like Cheesecake Factory on the evenings, in the evenings, like 5, 6, 7, they have like an 85-minute wait, 80-minute wait every time. You know what I mean?
Facts,
It's like a
facts.
really upscale chain, and it's always reliable. And it definitely helped when Drake shouted them out on his song as well. So I think like for them to have that much business and notoriety, I think it's stupid that like they don't have money to pay rent for after a month. So I think it's unprofessional.
All
Yeah,
right, real. What about you?
I mean, we all flaming cheesecake, but I feel like there's a lot of companies out there that probably are in the same predicament. Especially bars. There's probably a lot of bars who are unable to maintain their rent for a month. But if we're going to sit there and blame them and blame them, how many of us can really pay our mortgage or our rent without?
No, it's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
I mean, it's on a different scale, but we should be able to all money manage.
That's a slippery slope, Jarrell. You can't use that argument, bro. You know what I mean? Because you can't compare a regular 9 to 5 person to a restaurant chain that's damn near like noticed around the whole world. that's getting mentioned in songs. If you're getting that type of revenue, you should be you should have something to sit on. If you compare that to the average person now being paid their rent, that's definitely a slippery slope. I don't, yeah, I can't. You
I
know
mean,
what I mean? Like,
that's not the exact comparison. I feel like you jumped too early. I'm saying like we can't sit there and completely blame them for bad money management if we can't manage our money. Like if you were able to pay your rent every single month over month, then you can have an argument in the conversation if you were completely unemployed today. But me myself, the way my life is set up, shout out YBN, the way my stuff is set up, I I could barely pay my rent month over month, right? So I feel like my place in this argument is not necessarily as valid because I don't know how they're managing their money and what group they're in.
also though, you're at the beginning of your process of trying to build something though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cheesecake been starting this. Cheesecake has been built that. They should have a system in place. They should have a system, an economic system, an accounting resource in place to where is your money going? Where they have to be structured, they have to be organized. You know what I mean? They've been around for years and years and years where these problems, these issues, like I understand the stock market fallen down, that may be a surprise, but the fact that you can't even last 1 month and you're already in this situation just means that there was some area in the whole operation that they were being irresponsible with the way they were handling their money. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
let
And
me go.
I don't think I can, sorry, one last thing, I don't think I can compare
Yeah, no, go ahead.
cheesecake success and with cheesecake success and their accolades and their fame and notoriety to someone that's average that doesn't know how to manage their money. They got to where they got for a reason. It's because they know how to manage their money.
Yeah, I was comparing that
Yeah,
to
let
me and
me
my stance in the
get in
argument,
here real quick.
not the average.
Okay.
Say that one more time, bro. I didn't hear you.
I said I was comparing that to me and my stance in the argument. I have no idea what Cheesecake is doing, bro. I don't know how they handle their money. So I was saying for me, my point in this argument is necessarily invalid because look, if I can't do it, I don't want to speak on them. I feel like a hypocrite. I don't care where their success is. I should be successful myself by my own standards.
Let me chime in here. So I definitely see what Jarrell is saying. Now, as far as what Muhammad is saying, I cannot disagree with Muhammad is saying. I'm kind of on Muhammad's boat, and the only reason why I say that is because every time you go into Cheesecake, they give you a beeper, and you do have to wait 30, 40 minutes. So business has always been booming for Cheesecake. Cheesecake, they have so many locations. You look at Times Square, they're in Vegas in these casinos, they're all over the place. You look at the ones here in Salt Lake, they got one in City Creek, and where's the other one at? In Fashion Place. So
Hmm.
just by those locations alone, I feel like they're bringing in tons of revenue. You look at these cheesecakes that they have, these cheesecakes probably cost them a whole pie, probably cost them a total of maybe $8, $9 to make
So
because they buy in
expensive,
bulk.
bro.
So there are, yeah, they but the whole slice, the whole share probably cost them $10. They're buying in bulk, and then they sell a slice for $11 a lick. So you're already making, I don't know how much profit, but you're making tons of profit on that. So I find it very interesting that Cheesecake, out of all places, Cheesecake doesn't have enough funds to last another month. And it's not like they're completely out of business. It's not like the government has completely shut them down because they're doing online orders with DoorDash, Grubhub. You know what I'm saying? They got online orders coming in. So it's not like they completely shut down. Like if you look at some of these other companies like Ross, for an example, or another food place. I can bring up small businesses. So some small businesses won't last, but some will be able to last. But Cheesecake, a big
Mm.
corporation like Cheesecake, how big you guys are, you guys can't make it through a one-off month. I don't know what y'all got going on down there, what y'all accountants and all that got going on, where this money's going. This is the problem with corporate America is these executives are getting paid way too much and they get bailed out in the stock. They get bailed out when this recession stuff starts happening
Right.
with
And
the
like,
government. It's not fair because now what Cheesecake is going to do, they're going to start, letting some of their employees go based off bad management from the company. Sorry, go ahead, Mo.
right. So I was saying, like, just like look at it objectively though, Jarrell. Like, say for the next 25 years, bro, like we all just put in work and we built like multi-million dollar companies. And then all of a sudden something hits, like multi-million dollar. We're rich as hell, got all the money, just hypothetically. And then next something hits out and we can't afford the first month of rent. after after something like a stock market plummeted and stuff like that. We did something wrong along the way when it came to operations and when it came to handling money that was irresponsible and unprofessional to the company and was probably selfish, that didn't serve the company. It just served, your whatever it served. I don't know what they did. You know what I mean? I can't assume what they did was selfish or whatever. But what I'm saying is if you're building something for 25 years and then you become like this multi-million dollar entity, and then something happens and you can't even carry yourself for 1 month, there is a problem there. You know what I'm saying? And like I feel like we are justified by judging that and by jumping to conclusion on that.
I mean,
Definitely. Any last words, Jarrell, before we
I'm not
wrap
exiting your argument,
this
Mo.
one up?
For me,
No, I know that. I know that. I just felt like the only reason. Sorry, I'll let you go. But I just felt like I think your intentions for comparing was there. I just think like the slippery slope was kind of. It was like a slippery slope just a little bit. I'm not disagreeing with you like in terms of where you're trying to go with it, but I just think the what was kind of off.
hey, manage cheesecake, become their accountant, and then let me know what happens when we have the next discussion.
I felt that. Hi, bro.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go on to that. Let's go on to the next one. Get down, get down through the list. So student loan payments have been wiped out for the next 6 months. No interest, no collecting, no calling, anything like that. Y'all know the student loan, the higher education is somewhat of a scam nowadays by how much these schools are charging. What are your guys' thoughts on that for 6 months being free from that? We all have student loan debt.
Oh, that'd be super nice, man. That'd be super nice.
Man, I think that it's them doing their due diligence to students who are actually trying to be out there grind and hustle. Um, so I see kind of both sides of the coin because I know, I'm in the student loan industry. I got a lot of friends, a lot of boys that are on the collections team. So I know that's impacting their paychecks. So I would hope if you're going to bail out the student as well and bail out the hustlers that are over there who are getting their paychecks cut from not being able to collect at the same time. So it's hard to speak on.
Hey, real. Let me stop you there, real. Let me ask you this: what you think? I feel like Discover should be the ones to help out their employees if they're relying on the commission. I just want to get your thoughts on that since you work there. But I feel like Discover should help their employees out in that aspect.
Oh, 100%. When I said they, I mean they as in the corporations. Even if they have to reach out to some government entities, I don't care how they do it, but the corporations need to set something up. Because at the end of the day, if their agents are being impacted by something out of their control, and you got CEOs with private islands sitting on millions and millions in stocks, and you can't tell me they're not insider trading and a whole bunch of things, they need to figure out something to help out the people who are actually making them that money. So yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, Def. I think this is definitely a plus. What the government needs to go ahead and do, they just need to go ahead and wipe down student loans. Period. It's a trillion. What is it? $1 trillion in debt.
Yeah, it's like 1.4. I would say I don't remember. I think that might have been 2016 census, but it's a lot of money in student loan debt, and it, in my opinion, does almost more harm than good because if there's no jobs once these students come out, what was the point of wasting all of that effort and time? Like let's help them with some trades or something, give them more opportunities.
It's all about the American dream, as you guys can know what people do on YouTube and on Instagram. It's easy to sell that American dream, and that's exactly what the government is doing with this higher education. But I am glad for the next 6 months I would not be getting any calls from Ed Financial. But so far,
For
if you guys are still
real.
rocking with it, but so far, if you guys are still rocking with us in the video, thumbs up, hit the subscribe channel. We're going to be doing this on a weekly basis. So let's continue to go down the list. Now, here's a really unique one that I'm actually surprised to stay on the school topic here. Ivy League schools are offering 450 active free courses across a range of topics digitally. Let me get you guys' thoughts on that. So the Ivy
To
League, you know how
anybody?
much they're charged. I'm surprised that they're doing this, allowing people to take their courses online for free to anybody.
That's what's up.
What's the catch?
What's your thoughts?
For real. For real. That's what I'm thinking.
Are these credits transferable? Do they count as credit hours?
No, No,
Ah,
this is just for
that's
you. This is just like a self-educational thing. It's not necessarily a bad thing though, Mo.
that's not bad. That's
It's
not
just
bad.
a
That's you're
clearly
right.
just self-education.
I might honestly
Yeah.
check that
So
out,
I was
bro.
looking at it. I was looking. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do it.
So
But what
Ivy
about
leagues
you,
are
bro? Would you try that, or would you be like, nah, I'm good?
Here's the thing: I would most definitely try it. I'll put forth my effort in learning something because depending on the courses, you can pre-take that course. Right? We're all on house arrest right now. You can pre-take the course, and then when it comes time for that to count towards a credit hour towards your degree, it's easy. Zoom through the class. So I like it. It's commendable. Applause to them. Hats off to them. They owe us money anyways because they robbing the students. So appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. Any last remarks you want to add on that, Mo? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, you're good. Yeah, man. I think like I definitely would take a. I just wanted to, you know what I mean, pitch in saying that regardless of where my credits go, if it's counted for credits, I definitely would take a jab at it just to, see what's up, see what the courses are like, and see what kind of things they learn, especially in an Ivy League school. I'm sure they're not that much different from a regular college because I just think it's overhyped and like Jarrell said, they be stealing this shit. But I definitely want to take advantage of this. Why? Because this is honestly the first time I've heard about it. When you sent me this list of the things that we're going to be going through, I did not see this. So this is the first time I heard about this, and I'm super excited about that. So I'll definitely be taking advantage of it myself.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Hopefully, a lot of people out there taking advantage of it. You subscribers, if you guys are thinking about taking advantage of this or trying to decide what school, let us know down in the comments. One of us will get back to you with some more info. Let us know in the comments of what you guys think about anything that we're discussing. If you guys disagree, agree, we'd love to hear from you down below in the comments. All right, next one. We're wrapping things up here pretty soon. Now, this one, insider trading, more in specific, Amazon, the king of corporate America right now. Jeff Bezos, a week before the whole entire stock market crashed, this dude sold $3.2 billion of assets of Amazon stock. He sold it a week before the whole entire market crashed. My question is to you guys: Do you think do you think this is a coincidence or just well calculated? And that what I mean is well calculated, like he just made the right business decision, or do you think it was a coincidence? Like, nah, that's too sketchy. You knew something was going up. You knew the market was going to hit. Let me get your guys' thoughts on that.
Personally, my comments will be probably a little too long-winded for this specific session, so I'll give a high-level overview because it's something that we'll probably have to cover in multiple segments of video. But they knew the recession was coming. Uh, being in management at Discover, I heard so many times start planning for a recession. We're cutting back this. We're doing that. We've been planning for a recession for a year and a half. So I think they
That's
know.
all we talked about in the feed at one point
Yeah,
during November. Remember?
yeah, and I know that there's a lot more to this whole virus pandemic. Yeah, maybe there's a virus, and I don't want to knock anybody who has it. I personally know people who have it, who've had it, who are fighting it. But at the end of the day, do I feel like the government has a little bit more of a hand in things to help push this recession? Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think I definitely don't think it was just like this spontaneous business decision that he made. I definitely think that he knew that the stock market was going to plummet. That's not to say that he had a hand. Like I don't think like it's not something that I'm not saying that to supplement the whole argument that the conspiracy theories like conspiracy. I'm not supplementing conspiracy theories. I'm saying that the government did this or what depopulation or whatever. Even though some make sense, some don't make sense. But I do think that Jeff Bezos had some type of idea that the stock market was going to plummet just because dude everybody and their mama was talking about the recession happening within the next year. So I definitely think he just calculated it really good.
Yeah, so for me, we all knew a recession was going to come, but the thing is, this recession was not supposed to hit until the fall. This recession was not supposed to hit this early in March. So I feel like this is definitely illegal. Average Joe was doing this, he would be sent to prison. But since he's big time, Jeff Bezos, nothing's going to happen to him. I was trying to find it here. I could not find it, but I'm gonna get it back here and we'll post it up here on the YouTube page. There was another CEO of a top company, and he did the same thing, same exact thing as Jeff Bezos, and he ended up saving himself $19 million by doing the same exact thing that Jeff Bezos do. This is insider trading. Jeff Bezos, he's plugged in. He Wall Street. He's everywhere. He's plugged in. He knew what was going to happen, and he sold $3.2 billion of assets. And it's not like the Amazon stock even went down. Amazon stock is still $1,800 if you want a piece of the pie. So with him, this is definitely insider trading. This is definitely legal. He's getting away with it. My bad to all the viewers who are about to get offended, but this is white privilege at its finest. A white privileged male, rich male. I'm just gonna keep it real with y'all, but this is what it is. If this was a black man doing this probably would have hit CNN or CNBC. That's just my personal opinion. You can disagree. Let me know down in the comments. Insider trading here for that. And let's see here. Last one to cap things off. So a Florida pastor, Tampa Bay, was arrested for having church service despite the social distancing order. And it wasn't just a regular church. This was a mega church. And let me get your thoughts on that. Start off with Real.
Man, to be honest, he knew what he was doing. He was check, man. I feel it. You know what I mean? And I feel like, come on, man, cancel church, hold it online, do some virtual tithing offering, set up a Venmo, something. Maybe was this a brother?
No,
No,
it was
it
a white
wasn't.
dude.
Oh, it's all right with me then. Go ahead.
Right.
Look, what he was doing, he trying to get an extra check. He trying to secure his bag. Got to pay rent next month. So I understand where he was coming from, but bro, there's other ways to go around it. You're not above the law. You got to follow the law. Like we have to follow the law. And as a spiritual man myself, I understand you need your service. You need to connect with God, but do it on live stream.
Yeah, I agree, man. I don't I'm Muslim and they held our like little um gatherings or holy days or whatever lectures on through virtual. Everyone just tuned in virtually, on the phones, and I watched the lecture on Instagram because it was on IGTV and stuff like that. So there's many ways you can go about it if it's strictly about God and spirituality. I think a lot of these folks that are still getting together. It just has ulterior motives, and I think it's irresponsible to do that because, like Jarrell said, you're not above the law. So, everyone got to follow the law, and that doesn't mean just because you are a pastor or a churchgoer doesn't mean that you're anything special. The same situation with the same situation. Sorry, I might be going off topic, but the same situation when it came to the whole the Mormon gathering at the airport. Like, what are you guys doing? You guys are putting
Facts.
yeah, you guys are putting Utah in danger. Like there was like, bro, and if they even did follow the guidelines, if they did like, if they stood next to each other, the Mormons at the airport, if they stood next to each other, um, what is this? 6 feet. Like there were so many people that if they stood next to each other, or they stood 6 feet apart, it would have taken up the whole airport. And they were waiting for 1,600 missionaries, 1,600 motherfucking missionaries. You know what I
1600.
mean?
What?
1,600 missionaries, all from all around the world, bro. They were flying in. You know what I mean? And so I got mad at that. And it's not a hit to the religion, but it is hit to the people that because us being minorities growing up here, we definitely feel that sense of entitlement when we come across those churchgoers, these severe religionists. You know what I mean? And so I think it's irresponsible and a sense of entitlement that just needs to stop.
No, that's both you guys. Not to get carried away, Mo, but I'm glad that actually you brought that up because that's crazy. And then what Rail said hit it right on the money. If you got a mega church, you already got tons of money. Why can't you just live stream it? You already got a mega
Right?
church.
You got to
Money
live stream
shouldn't
it.
be an issue. Right. Just go ahead and live stream it. So I thought that was funny. I highly check you guys out. Real Maho, if you guys haven't seen that video, go look at it because he was preaching, he was going in, he was going hard, talk about we ain't canceling nothing. I liked what he
Damn.
was saying though. But it's
Florida,
just not the
Florida
time
people are
for that.
crazy. Florida people are crazy, man. So I'm
Facts.
not surprised.
You think he manages Cheesecake's portfolio, the income from? He was trying to get
Probably,
You never
probably.
know, man. You never know. Whoever it is, they got to look at those guys and figure out what's going on, and then tell them the executives to stop crowding all the money. because now the
All
lower
right.
people are going to go. Another time, we ain't going to get dive too deep into that, but that is crazy that this guy did that. He is arrested. Looks like he did bail himself out, which does not surprise me. I
Um,
imagine this guy
I'm
has
sorry to
tons
cut
of
you off,
money,
but
and that's
he
why he
didn't.
had church to get more money to get people to pay the tithes.
He didn't bail himself out, bro. His followers bailed him out with their tithes and offerings. So
Right. In line. It's
Yep,
a
and
cult.
I don't condone tithes and offering. Just so anybody, I pay my tithes and offering myself. So I'm not saying paying tithes is a bad thing, but just be aware of who you're paying your tithes to and where is it going to. My bad. Go ahead, Mo.
Facts. No, I'm good. That's all. That's everything that was needed to be said. It was said. So
All right. So we got two L's of the week here, where we got something like, I guess you can relate it to Donkey of the Day off the well-known famous Breakfast Club. But real quick, oh boy, catching the Rona. Just kidding. Just kidding. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Thumbs up, little bit. All right. Let's. So the first L of the week. I tried to hold that cough in. I tried to hold it in, but it was too late. I was like, oh shit. I got
hey,
got exposed real quick.
somebody on the gram said coughing is worse than saying the N word these days, bro. I
Man.
was like, I was like, damn, bro. I
That,
think it was a white
man,
person
that's
too.
deep.
I think it was a white person too.
that's wild.
Hey, that's deep. People dying.
Right.
But the L of the week, a British boxer. I'll get his name here in a second. This guy went on Instagram, recorded a video of himself teaching people how to punch a punching bag, explaining this is how you knock your wife out if she gets on your nerves during the coronavirus. His license did get suspended. What's your guys' thoughts on that? But he definitely gets the L of the week. I don't know why you would make a video talking about how to beat a woman up, knock a woman out. Crazy.
Man, like Migo said, you do anything for clout. That's all it was. Does he beat his wife? Probably. Over there in Russia. I don't know. I don't know what but do I think it was publicity and for clout? Yeah.
Right, yeah, man. It's just clout. He's just cornball.
Right, right. And his license is suspended, and his license should be suspended for at least a year with that dumb stuff. So we're not even going to get this guy's name. I do have his name up, but he's going to get him out of here. Talking about how to knock out your spouse. The next L, a Yukon. You feel me?
Ah,
Come on.
good shit.
Yeah. But the next one is a Yukon health doctor got arrested for coughing and hugging on nurses in the hospital as a joke. And like Mo, as you just said, people have been having little games, coughing is worse than saying the N word. What's your thoughts on that? He definitely gets an L of the week.
Yeah, man. I think that's no lack of sympathy, bro. Lack of what I mean. You gotta know when things are a joke and when things are serious. And I think um spitting on individuals and coughing on people deliberately is just fucking. You're a fucking coward for that. You know what I'm saying? People are dying from this shit. Especially a doctor. Could you imagine how much empathy this dude lacks? He's a doctor and he's joking around with this shit. So I think he definitely deserves to die. No, I'm playing. What is it? I think he's just being stupid, irresponsible, and he needs to be held accountable for that for sure. Because like a lot of people are doing that too, especially like you saw that guy going to the store and licking up all the products on the shelves, or like those Amazon workers, the delivery folks, they're like delivering boxes and they're like and they like wipe it all over the box and whatnot. So it's just like super
Wow.
irresponsible, bro.
And in my opinion, especially for those Amazon delivery people licking shit in stores, um, that's attempted murder. We don't know the outcome of this. You know what I mean? So I think you need to hold them to the fullest extent of the law, in my opinion. As for that doctor, do I believe that he was probably trying to find someone to quarantine and kill with? Maybe he was trying to get him stuck in the house with him. I don't know. I don't know what his motive was.
he's trying to get a day off.
That man was trying to be cute. There's no joking when it comes to my life, so I would have whipped his ass.
Right.
JB.
Man, like, both of y'all hit it on the spot, man. This dude is just completely irresponsible. At this point, he should be suspended.
He
Or
should
when
get his
he's
license
arrested,
revoked.
he should also be suspended. This is dumb. He probably should even lose his job. He probably should. No, I take that back. He should be fired. He should be fired, in my opinion.
Hmm.
I know, it sounds harsh, but like what you're doing is just stupidity, especially when you're a doctor. You have a come on, man. Come on, man. He should be
Right.
fired.
Easy.
But that is going to wrap up the trending 10 for the week. Trending 10 with two L's of the week. Real Mo, anything else you guys would like to add on before we get up out of here?
Nah,
Little
man. Thanks
V.
for tuning in. We'll see you next week. That's it. Oh, and tune into In the Process as well. I'm updating that about maybe 2, 3 times a week. Just individual goals, what I'm doing during quarantine, and how I'm spending my time in quarantine. So tune into In the Process on YouTube. In the In the Process Society's outlet on YouTube. Subscribe and thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate y'all. Keep rocking with us. Keep riding with us. My Venmo and Cash App will be in the description. I'm just messing with y'all. No, but keep on rolling with us.
Get that money.
Definitely. Yeah, shout out for everybody for watching this. I appreciate it. Like I said, thumbs up a little bit. Also, I do have a page in the process here on YouTube. In the process, JB. I think Mo, yours is in the process. Mo.
It's just In the Process. I don't know how to change it to In the Process mode just to kind of separate that, but it's In the Process and you'll recognize it if it pulls up. It's just my face on there.
Oh.
Yeah, my bad. I'll
I
fix
I
that.
had a
I'll figure.
chance to set mine up. I Yeah, I had a chance to set mine up as just in the process, but I was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? I got my brothers about to do, but they add their
Hey,
names
no,
to
hold
it, so
on.
it's only right
That
I
was
add
an
the name
accident. I
to it as
spaced
well. So
out.
I see you, Mo. I
I
see you,
spaced
Mo.
out.
Just
Hey, y'all, in the process,
all,
Jarrell. Also,
all good, all good, all good.
in the process, Jarrell. Tune in, link in.
Yep. In the process, JB, I already got a few videos on there. Y'all can catch and see what I'm doing on a regular day basis. I'm out here trying to get it real estate wholesaling, subject to for rent method. Tune out. We got great content coming here for you guys soon. Tune in. What is today? Tuesday. Tune in next Tuesday. We'll be doing another trending 10, and we also will have a podcast going up this Friday or Saturday, something like that. We'll get that tuned in. So subscribe, tap in, and we're gonna holler at you guys later. God bless, man. Y'all stay safe. We'll holler at y'all later.
Peace.
Peace.
Be out.